Nebraska wrapped up its 17th fall camp practice here on Friday. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. We talked with defensive coordinator Tony Wyatt and a trio of defenders as White and his group will get ready for their final scrimmage here of August on Saturday.
I think the organization, the communication on the sideline. I've been conscious to stay off the field and not speak, to the guys and everything. Just more as you get closer to 8:31, you want to make it as game-like as possible. So the coach is stepping back and letting the guys organize themselves, communicate themselves, operate substitutions the right way. We just did it right now, and I didn't like how that went. Got a penalty on that, so I need to make sure we're clear on that. And but you want to make sure you're logistically sound that way.
White feels really good about where they're at as far as the installation. He went over just kind of his goals now moving forward.
We've been adding and subtracting some things, just what we do well, what we don't. That went back from the self-scout. That was huge, and making sure we were practicing the stuff. I mean, I know, in camp sometimes you kind of go and just plays, and then you look and say, are we going to actually use this in 8:31? So it was good to scale back on some of those things, for myself, and then call more of the things we weren't good at or that we're going to actually use. So it was a good deal.
Something else that Wyatt and a few of the other players talked about is the leadership on this group. It really showed in these single-digit jersey numbers now, as 5 of the 7 that have been awarded have been to defensive players. The most recent, Nick Henrich, John Bullock, and Nash Hutmacher.
Oh, I mean, that's a testament to them. I didn't do anything. Those guys are OOU guys, and it's really cool when that kind of reward comes from the team. That coaches are out of it. It's a team honor. And it's really neat for good guys to be rewarded, and those guys are good guys. Not that we don't have a lot of them in the locker room. It's really fun to see, because those are the guys who you kind of noticed early on that they were doing things the right way, and it's cool that they got rewarded that way.
I feel great about it. Just knowing that we have guys on the team who are leaders, just guys who are gonna make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing, whether it's on or off the field. And it's just a great feeling when you have guys like that in every single position room.
Man, I'm very confident in the leadership. I feel like everyone's heading in the right direction, and like when they speak, everyone listens. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this year they have more of a voice, and like everyone's following, so like even myself, I'm following, like, because I know the right people are leading, and so those guys in those single digits deserve that. I seen them work. I see them be in the film every day. I'm with them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like the right people are leading. The right people are in them single digits.
White specifically talked about Henrich and just the path he's traveled to get to where he's at right now.
Yeah, you see a veteran right away. He's played a lot of football, so you can see the reactions right away. He can run past, whereas a younger guy or guys who haven't played, let's say if it's play action, they're fooled a little bit easier, or you can see that veteran in them. And for his I always say his demeanor being quiet, he's a fun guy to be around. He's lively, man. He's all about conversation. He's all about Nebraska. So it is really a joy for me to watch him run around, especially, that was a big injury for him. And sometimes, guys are scared when they come back, and for him to be amongst his teammates and guys that he truly loves to be around, and his roommates and single digits and running around, I think it's great for him.
And with Hutmacher, it is going to be interesting to see him wearing that big number 0, but he's had a heck of a camp.
Well, first, I like the 0. I like the 0 on the nose guard. I think it's kind of cool, He's playing with a confidence that he's bestowed with. I mean, he is all capable of anything he wants to do, and now he's given a chance to be one of the guys in the limelight, and he is making the most of it. I mean, he's being physical. He's knowing what to do. He's getting guys lined up, and I mean, he is truly developing the way you want him to develop.
Meanwhile, in the secondary, Deshaun Singleton appears poised to win a starting job.
I feel like I feel good about my skills. I feel like me personally, I fit the scheme a lot better, because it's just they want fast, physical DBs. They want guys that can cover and guys that can come down and hit and be physical with the receivers, So I feel pretty good about it.
Singleton talked about just how well he fits in Tony White's system and just how much he really likes his coaching style.
He's very enthusiastic about everything. Like when he says run to the football, like he's not saying, oh, just run to the football every once in a while. Like every play, when the ball's in the air, run to the football, help your teammate. And he's just very enthusiastic on the sideline, giving us the calls and stuff like that. And it just gives us more confidence on the field. So.
Then we heard from safety Omar Brown, who also is hoping to win one of those starting jobs here in camp.
I think last year, so I didn't play that much. I think what did help me was just seeing how fast it is, because it always been fast in college, but just seeing like the Big Ten is definitely more faster, more better players. So just getting a feel for that.
One of the veterans on that back end is cornerback Quentin Newsome. We heard from him the first time here in August as this secondary unit comes together.
Yeah, I feel like we all have, came together as like a really positive group. If somebody not doing what they're supposed to do, we hold them accountable, we bring the energy, and nobody gets in their feelings about it. So, that's when you realize that, you're becoming a real brotherhood.
Ethan Nation's one of the newcomers we've heard a lot about here in fall camp. Newsome gave his thoughts on the talented young freshman.
I would say Ethan, he's just a young guy who tries to, take in, the things we try to tell him. And, you could tell because he brings it onto the field. And, he just wants to play ball and make plays.
And finally, it was interesting to hear Tony White give his thoughts on just the quarterback play he's seen in fall camp from newcomer Jeff Sims.
Sims is a different player. He's a totally different player, and that goes top down. Body-wise, athletic. He was always gifted athletically. I remember playing him when I was at my old school, and you can see the talent there. He is just I think he's on a different level with Coach Rule and Coach Sat with him, Adam DeMichael. Those guys being there, Corey, Dr. Haskell, working the mind. Again, he's fun to watch, especially seeing him back then and seeing him now. He's fun to watch back there, so it's cool.
Huskers will hold their scrimmage on Saturday. They will be off on Sunday and Monday as fall camp kind of comes to a close here. Reporting with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.